Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, everybody. Another edition of NAHU Live North American Harness Update coming to you from all over the Midwest where it is frickin' freezing outside, so we're going to stay inside and still wear hats. I'm joined tonight by Mike Ferbosi. Mike, say hi.
Huh? It's cold here too. It's 20.
Yeah,
Probably about as cold as it's been
it's 10
since.
here, so.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got some pick fours going on. We've got contests starting tonight, in case you don't know.
Yeah.
And we've also got on that graphic, if you looked at that graphic, let me pull that thing back up here. So the CFHL, which is the Cal Expo Fantasy Harness League, run by Azaric Savachin and Stephen Lake, put together a little fundraiser tournament this weekend for the guys that are involved in the league, and uh, $20, $50 tournaments, two separate ones, and you could get into both of them just based on Cal Expo races. Basically, the highest win total ends up winning. And half the money goes to Steve Wiseman, who was recently diagnosed with cancer. And we decided we all wanted to help him out. And uh, Gold Sheep Bob added a little bonus money to it. So $1,050 minimum going to Steve Wiseman and family. Uh, we know Steve, and Steve's a good friend of the show. I've known
Mhm.
Steve my entire life, so we're wishing him
Yeah.
well.
He drove
And
that winner at Aces for us
yeah,
on
and he
over the
actually won a
summer.
race for me this past
Hmm.
year at Running Aces. So
Yeah.
actually, I got that picture around here somewhere. I have to pull that up. But outside of that, we've got some pick four action happening early tonight. We've got Meadowlands pick four starting in race number 6, which is the next race coming up. We've got the late pick four at Woodbine Mohawk Park starting in race number 7. We've also got a pick 3 play, early pick 3 for Sunday night at Rosecroft, which should be a pretty decent pool. I happened to play that pick 3 on Wednesday, caught it, $11 winner and change. Also a top pick on our website from Terry Wilson on NAHUPicks.com.
And Mohawk or not Mohawk, but Rosecroft doing very good handle now too.
Yeah,
Last
Rosecroft
couple. Yeah.
handle has skyrocketed this season, and we like to think that we have a little bit of a part of that. So thanks to all the
Well,
fans and
that and
people.
big fields, competitive races. I mean, it's a good product. It's they're starting to we're working on trying to get the wagering menu expanded, things like that. I mean, there's things to like there.
Yeah,
So
and we're hoping very soon, within a week or so, we'll have a pick 5 starting in race number 1. You'll see a increased pool size there, I think, going with the first race. But either way, guess what? We got to jump into this pick 4 Meadowlands because it's 7 minutes to post, so about 19 or 20 minutes till post for race number 6 at the Meadowlands. It says 7 on the clock, but we all know it's about 19 or 20. Race number 6, Philly Mare, now winners of 10,000 last 4 starts. Also eligible, blah, blah, blah. Field of 9 here to start it off. And Mike, I thought this leg was pretty simple. The most simple leg for me in this pick four. What about you?
I don't think it's very simple. I think I'm 4 deep in the race. This is one of those middle classes. These numbers at 10,000, so you get ones dropping from the 15s. And you get some rising. You get some of these horses from Yonkers who've been racing at upper levels, and so I think it's a pretty big mishmash here. I was 4 deep. The one Magic Forces I think is worth the use. Coming back from Yonkers, 8 hole last time for Burke Gingras. No chance last time. Was racing at Open at the Meadows, and those are $20,000 Open races. That's the top class. Those are very tough races. That horse was getting checks at that level, made 85,000 last year. I think you have to use that one. The two JB Shooting Star. This horse is racing well enough. At lower levels, last time stepped up into a tougher spot and did get a check in a 50 and 4 mile there. That was a tough race. Prior to that, was the horse was grinding on the outside, typical grinding type horse. Draws well here. I think opened up at 5-2. So this horse is taking action. The horse I like in the race is the three. Never forget our. Who you are. Never forget who you are. I'm sorry, I just had a hard time reading that. Third back from Yonkers.
I know what you were
Two starts.
thinking.
I know. That's exactly what I was thinking.
By the way, it's
uh,
spelled WHOUR.
yeah. Anyway, uh, it's a family show.
No,
Uh,
it's not.
third, yeah, for me, really. Anyway, Dexter chose on here. This horse won 6 times last year. That number's at 20,000 Yonkers is extremely difficult. So I think the big track will suit. I like the third back. I like that he chose the horse. And then I'll use the 9 also. Terror at Night. This horse raced in that same spot as the 3 last time. Another one at an outside post and rallied to be fourth. Another one was racing in opens at Dover. Those are extremely difficult races. Won 9 times last year. 1, 2, 3, 9.
We're way different in this race. I don't use any of those horses.
Wow. Really?
I'm taking a horse that made over $100,000 last year in the 7, quite a sight. Threw in a clunker last time, but 2 starts back at the Meadowlands, raced in 9 winners at 22,500 last 4 or 5 starts. Finished 6 by 2.5 lengths, paced in 151 there. Raced very well, and that was chasing some good horses. Odds on St. Lucie and Sandy Win. I mean, those things are better than these, quite honestly.
She
This,
was 80-1 in there.
yeah, but only got beat 2 lengths. So I think this horse is a use. You're going to get a fair price on her. What are the odds right now, Mike?
I'm looking 5-1.
5 to 1. Yeah, fair price. I figured right around morning line would be fair. And then the 8 Lily Hammer. This horse coming off of 3 straight wins. Does step up a little bit, but I think the way this horse's form has been going, she's a use again. She likes to win. 3 out of 4 this year, 6 out of 25 last year. Maybe a little bit cheap, but she's a 4-year-old now. I don't mind this step up the way she's been racing, and I think she's going to be headed toward the lead again. And Corey Callahan is going to be aggressive with her. So I'm 7-8 there to start the ticket at the Meadowlands. Race number 7, now winners of 15,000 last 5 on the trot. And here we got a full field of 10. Oh, and before we start that leg, I did want to mention about the stuff with Mr. Wiseman, Ken Terpenning, or Harness Racing Symposium 101 has wristbands for sale. You can get them 5 for 30, or they're like, I don't even know what they are, like $6 each or something. But all the proceeds go to Steve, so be sure to get on that as well. And there's also a GoFundMe. Thanks for bringing that up. Second leg, I'm 4 deep. I'll start it off here. The 1 very, very fast inside post. Corey Callahan stays on it. It's a big post shift from this horse. This horse's last 4 starts, and he's been racing very well. And you're also getting from the inside post early speed, and there's not much other early speed in here. Horse made over 100,000 last year, is already over 20 grand this year in 4 starts. So the form's excellent, and he should be right there again. The 2 Uncle Hanover, second start off the qualifier after the layoff, raced very well first start back over at Pocono and moves back to the big track. He's had some success at the Meadowlands in the past, and the horse likes to win. The 3 Reseda, I think that's how you say it, Reseda.
Yeah, it is Reseda.
This one is second start back off of a win and was really impressive last week. Closed well into a very strong headwind that night. And, most horses were getting home in 30, 31 the other night. This horse was kicking home first over in 29 and change. So I think second start back, you're going to see an even better performance. And then the 5, My Lindy Winner, big time win last week at Pocono. Was facing easier, I think, but moves back to the big track. And this horse has faced some pretty tough horses at the Meadowlands recently. And if you look back to that, now there's a 15,000 start he had back on January 11th. Came flying from way, way back. He was next to last, turning for home. Wide, kicked home 26-4. If he can come back to a mile like that, he's got a big shot to just dust this field. So I'm 1, 2, 3, 5 there.
Agree on three of them. I don't use the two. I just don't. I'm not sure that I like that one, but I guess I get it. This horse fits, but I'm on the other three. I agree. I'm very very fast. Moves inside. No chance last time from the 10-0. Even though I did like him in that race. He just never quite got his trip, but still finished well to be third. Is racing extremely well at the level, and I would expect will do much better from this inside post. The three, Reseda, like you said, raced well last time. This horse was basically geared down to win. And then Presidente Zet, who this horse just crushed, won earlier tonight. So Max had also been racing well at the level. A definite use. And then the five, My Lindy winner, that was a serious crush job at Pocono last time. This horse has a lot of back class. Won 7 out of 13 last year, and pretty much is impossible to leave off. So 1-3-5 there.
Race number 8 is leg number 3 of this pick 4 at the Meadowlands. Early pick 4 actually at the Meadowlands. Now winners at 10,000, last 5 on the trot, so one class below that 7th race. And this is another race I'm pretty deep in. Mike, are you as deep here?
Too deep for me is all. The two Armageddon Sealster third back drops. You get Dexter here, and this horse has back class, won 105,000 last year. Tough trips from the last couple races. I would expect a better one now. And then the three Obrigado, who has a ton of class, 1.8 million, nearly won against Dason and Max on January 31st. You don't get a lot of starts from this horse anymore, but he's as tough as it comes, and the trainer is legit as it comes. So I really think he has a big chance in here. 2-3.
Partially agree there. The one I'm using the one of 4 horses here. The one Explosive Ridge off a qualifier, and really only missed about a month worth of racing. Needed that little bit of a break. Had almost 30 starts last year and was going consistently for quite a while. You get a drop in class off of that short rest, and this horse has a ton of speed. Uh, he just needs a trip, and he should be up close. He'll be leaving, looking for a 2 or 3 hole ride. The three Obrigado, everything that you already said applies. Old class horse, millionaire. Not much else to say there. The 5 In Secret, it's Burke and Gingras going to the big track, and this horse was facing the Open Company over at Dover, and those are pretty good horses that he was in with. This is definitely a class drop for this horse. And over at Yonkers made a break going into the first turn, so I kind of tossed that out. Back to the big track where he belongs. He had a mark here last year, a 153-1, so watch out for him at decent value. And then the 9, the Big Muscle. I used this one coming from Freehold. Was claimed 2 back off of Zurich, and this horse, he won again last week in the preferred. He's just extremely sharp, and he's closing nicely, even on the lead. He's not passing horses, but he's finishing the race well. And 6 for 6 this year. Tough one to gauge coming to the big track, but I think that form is going to continue. You're going to see him motoring out there early. So there I'm 1-3-5-9. Leg number 4, final leg of this pick 4 at the Meadowlands, early pick 4, is a series for now winners at 3,500 on the trot. And here I'll start this one off. I'm 3 deep, starting with the one Icing on the Cupcake. 3-time winner in a row, streaking right now. Only has 3 starts this year, and basically faced the same type of field last week and win. Gets a big post shift. I think he's a must-have again. The 5 Max Volo. He's a kind of a quirky horse. He's very hit or miss. He likes to be up close. That's when he races best because he doesn't have a huge kick. He's kind of a one-speed type. Uh, he just has to be in range, and that's his biggest thing. And then the 6 Storming Mist. Dexter Dunn stays on. The horse made a break behind the gate last week. Just has to stay flat. He's got the speed to be able to beat most of these horses here. He should be able to work out a nice trip. He's not one that likes to fire early, so watch for him coming off the pace and following Max Volo the entire way around. If he can pop off that cover and kick home, I think he's got a big shot at a big price. So 1-5-6 for me.
I agree mostly. I have those three. agree on the one, then 3 straight. Nice win last time with a really nice drive from the 8 hole, moves inside. Definite use. The 5 Max Volo races well at this racetrack. Has had outside posts, and McCarthy's back again. The horse that he just lost to on February 7th just crushed in the 5th race. So I think you have to pay attention. I agree on the 6. Toss that last race, and Dexter's back on. I would expect a better effort, and I'm going to use the 8. Egos and Attitudes was placed first last time. You know, this horse has been sharp recently at the level, and flashes speed. I would expect that this horse would be out in the mix early, and any kind of trip. This horse has 18 lifetime wins, so 1, 5, 6, 8.
So my ticket for this early pick 4, which also has a $50,000 guarantee at the Meadowlands, goes like this. For 50 cents, it's 7-8 with 1-2-3-5 with 1-3-5-9 with 1-5-6. It's $54. Ticket, Mike.
1, 2, 3, 9 with 1, 3, 5 with 2, 3, 1, 5, 6, 8. It's $48.
Couple legs were really different there, which tells you
Yeah,
one thing: this thing
it's
could
tough.
pay.
Yeah. As
When
far as the contest goes, it's
contest graphic, you can see that contest graphic here, right? Meow. There's the
we're pretty
contest graphic.
we're pretty similar. We're
And our
similar on.
contestant tonight is Travis Timmons.
Yeah.
You can check his handle out right there at Travis Timmons 22. You can follow Mike as well. You can follow anybody you want. It doesn't cost you anything to do that.
Yeah.
It's free. Bang bang.
But the contest is presented by Bow River Jewelry. And that's bowriverjewelry.com. Rod, what are we giving away?
We're giving away all kinds of stuff every week. So basically, what we're gonna do,
What are we giving away this week?
well, it depends. If
All right.
Travis beats you,
Uh-huh.
then he's gonna get more stuff. If he doesn't beat you, he's gonna get less stuff.
Okay. So,
That's why it's a contest.
is it? Did we not determine this before we went on the air, or what? Where are we at with this?
No, so everybody that is randomly drawn as a participant in our contest will automatically get a charm provided by Bow River Jewelry, like a necklace charm. And there are 2 different options. You can check those out on our Facebook page or our Twitter page. And they are freaking awesome.
Yeah, they are awesome.
And you're also going to get some swag from us, whether it be from a racetrack, some NAHU swag, uh, or something else. It could be anything. We're changing the prizes up every week. It might even be a gift card. Who knows?
Yeah. So, if you win, most likely you're getting a gift card. We might even let you pick where you get it from.
Yeah.
I like
But
that idea, actually.
but the key is you have to go and share or retweet our post following the show. The post will be up following the show for week number 2. So make
So
sure you
what
get
we
in.
had, 90 plus entries this week for this week's contest.
Yeah, we had 93, I believe.
93 people shared or retweeted the post. So hopefully we get bigger numbers every week. We don't have too many disagreements. There's only a couple races where we
Yeah.
disagree. So in the first leg of the Mohawk Pick 4, we're at Mohawk Race 7, and then race number 8 at London. Otherwise, we pick the same horses, which, I mean, so he must be as good as I am. We're on the same stuff.
Well, I don't know how good you are, but
Good enough.
good enough for what?
Good enough to start this Pick 4 at the Meadowlands. It's getting ready to go.
Yeah, I hope you're wrong. They're behind the gate at Meadowlands for race number 6. Start of the pick 4.
And they're off. Quite a sight out fast on the outside. Apple Hanover, flashing speed, shoots out, goes for the lead. Never Forget Who You Are. And Lilyhammer from the outside, third now. Never Forget Who You Are. Reined back into fourth. Around the first turn, Magic Forces got away in fifth. JB Shooting Star is 6th. Then it's Undefiable. Undefiable's followed by Terror at Night and Love and Miss Daisy, the trailer. At the opening quarter, Lilyhammer going for 4 in a row. Clears there, 27-2 for Corey Callahan off the turn. Apple Hanover revved up in the pocket spot, reined in with Quite a Sight 3rd. Never Forget Who You Are and Dexter Dunn to the outside 4th, to be followed by Magic Forces 5th. And then comes JB Shooting Star. Then a wide gap of some 8 or 9 lengths back to Undefiable, Terror at Night, and Love and Miss Daisy. They're not keeping pace at this point, and they're at the half, too wide there. Never Forget Who You Are can't quite clear Lilyhammer. 54-3 for the half, and now Never Forget Who You Are clears the lead, but gets immediate pressure from Magic Forces on the outside first over. Lilyhammer is back in 3rd position as they head around the turn. JB Shooting Star sets it up from 2nd over 4th. A shuffle for Apple Hanover pinned in 5th right now. Quite a Sight is 3rd over 6 and needs to fan out. Never Forget Who You Are. Lilyhammer in the pocket spot. Magic Forces first over, 3/4, 122 and 4/5. Never Forget Who You Are in front by 2. Now out of the pocket comes a Lilyhammer as Apple Hanover is 3rd, and a JB Shooting Star on the outside needs to do more in deep stretch. Never Forget Who You Are. Lilyhammer on the outside looking for another win. Lilyhammer on the outside. Never Forget Who You Are fighting back on the inside. Never Forget Who You Are. Lilyhammer on the outside. It's too close to call. Photo for win. Then JB Shooting Star and Apple Hanover 152.
Wow, that's tight. That could be a heat there. That was well, the 8 was massive in the race. Really, really good. Oh man. And then she tried to hang. I mean, the horse is hanging its head. It's really close. I really don't know who won it. I don't know. It's really close. It's like dead tight. That like ground level 1, the angle's not right even. It's kind of interesting. I mean, you would think they would put it on the wire, but they don't. I mean, you might be right. The 8 might have got it. It's really, really tight there. Could be a dead heat too. At first, I thought the 3 won it, but then it's really close. It does favor the inside there. I will say that. So, have they put the 8 up? Yeah, that was a good pick. I didn't really like that horse, but probably not.
That horse goes to an open bridle. It come in 8. What was it? 8-3-2-5. If that 8 horse goes to an open bridle, because she did hang when she got cleared. Watch it. You'll see that horse pop again. Probably at a decent price too. But guess what? Guess what's coming up next? Yeah, we've got some Mohawk action, which we have a couple minutes till race 6.
Yeah, so we got a little time.
We do have a little bit of time, and we're going to jump into it. It's called Another Pick 4, the late pick 4, starting in race number 7 at Woodbine Mohawk Park. And I'm scrolling back up through my program to get to race 7. Now we're back up. See?
Okay, good.
Good to go. But anyway, Mohawk, first leg of the late pick 4. Mike, start us off. This is your track.
Good. So this sequence, I have a pretty small ticket for me, but I do like this first race. It's numbers of 10,000 last 5. It's like the second to second highest class, you could say. There's about two more ahead of this. So in any case, I like the four in here a little bit, just her luck. If you go back two back numbers of 6,000, this horse dropped in there and, basically won first up as she pleased. And then caught the 10 hole, which is the second tier now at Mohawk in the numbers of 10,000 and raced well to be fourth in there. Really, had a long way to come. McClure sticks, draws better, and is going to be a price in here. I think that she's a must use in the race. The five, Stand Between Your Toes, is third back. This horse has made 1.2 million. She loves it here at this racetrack. She wins 5 or 6 races at these upper levels every year here now, despite being 9 years old. And but the last two starts since she's come back, she really hasn't been herself. So really got a tightener. Now there's a 16,000 on January 31st. And, I could excuse that one. Last time went to the front and was driven like she was the best. She was 4 to 5 in there. And she just, dropped back to be sixth against these types. Can she win? Of course she can win. She's got a ton of back class. She's third back. I'm going to use her, but I do think that there's a chance that she could get beat in the race. The 7, Kloof Street, this one is second back, has, a lot of back class. Races at upper levels here. Just doesn't race a lot every year. You get, minimal starts, but if you look, she went 51-1 here last year. She has a 50-4 mark here when she was 4 years old, 2 years ago. When she's ready, and Gallucci is able to get these horses ready. She's a nice horse, 15-1 morning line. Really, that's way too high for her, especially after that tightener where she kicked 27-2. So I think you have to use her in this race. And then the 10, Lady Rock and Rolla, won last time in this class at 15-1. Osceola is going extremely well right now, and I'm using that one. She's going to need a trip, obviously, but she proved last week she's good enough. So 4, 5, 7, 10.
Not too far off. I'm using some of those. I'll start with the 3, though. So Long Darling for Travis Cullen, Rachel Andrew. They've got one in the 6th race here. We'll see how that one does. But this one's been racing well. 2 seconds in a row and a third 3 back over in the preferred 2 at Flamborough, which Mike, is not by any means a weak class.
No, that's their top level.
This horse has been good, has early speed, should be out early, and winging, going for the lead. Probably going to take a 2-hole trip, but can also go on the lead too. So, expect another big effort from this one. The 4, Just Her Luck. This one is just a dead closer, closing well. Going to be the right price. Has the speed. $113,000 winner last year, and 7-time winner. And I agree with everything Mike said about this one. The 5, Sand Between Your Toes. Very obvious. Millionaire. Not a lot to say about her. The 6, Inverse Hanover. I like her chances stepping up in class, but she's competitive against better horses all the time. Just needs a trip against these most of the time and should be right there late. And then the 7, Kloof Street, like Mike said, she's got class, she's got her issues, but she's got a ton of speed. And if she can just be able to just work out a trip, second start back, even if she goes to the lead, I think she's got a big shot. Tough mare. We'll see what she does second off the shelf. So I'm 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to start it there in race number 7 at Mohawk. Race number 8, filly mare, $15,000 to $18,000 claimer for non-winners of $75,000 lifetime. On the pace, and this is a field of 9, no trailer in this race. For me, I made it a little bit more simple here, going 3 deep, starting with the 2, Money Make Her Smile. Really good form right now. Closed a ton last time to just miss. Finished second. Came from dead last in the stretch. And that last 8th was really where she got motor in. Was still 9th halfway down the lane and got beat in the neck there. 2 back. I mean, she raced pretty much the same way. Closed well. It fits well against these types. Probably going to be the favorite in here. The 7, Mystic Sealster. Doug McNair stays on second start in a row. And she's kind of a weird mare because she doesn't always show up, but she's one that if you miss her, you're going to be mad. And if you don't have her on the ticket, if I don't have her on the ticket, I'm going to be really mad if she wins because she's 15 to 1 morning line. You're getting the right price. It's great value. She's shown that she can go with anything at this class level before, and she got beat 2 lengths last week from way off the pace after a slow half. Closed well there, and I think the form is right to see her come late and have an impact. And she also got stuck in some traffic as well, so I'll give her a little bit of an excuse and expect a big race out of her. The 8, Akita Bayama, 6-time winner last year. Likes the half, but raced well on her comeback to Mohawk last week with Christopher driving, and has early speed. Is likely going to use that early speed. She does pretty much every week when Chris drives her, so I expect her to be firing, and she could get away with some soft fractions here. So I think is a must play at this point. 2, 7, 8 for me.
Very a little different here. I'm three deep also. The one Quantum Key. This horse on January 24th, was made the favorite coming off one start and then a drop and really had no chance, got impeded there from the second tier and got nothing. So then came back again and, had a 7 hole. Really never, could get comfortable. Was on the outside the whole way. Just a disaster. So, okay, so then they qualify here on February 6th. Much better. Got the front, kicked 27 and 4 home. A lightly raced horse, but 10 wins in 23 lifetime starts. Gets the rail. JJ gets on. I think that this horse is a bit all or nothing, but I do think that it's worth using in multis, especially the way my ticket is. The 2 moneymaker Smiles obvious. Flew last time, 28 home. Lost to Maddie's Credit, who just got the jump. I mean, if you watch this replay, this horse wasn't even geared to like the last, 16th of a mile. And just, was coming 3 to their 1, was back, better draw, hopefully closer early, and is due to get a win. And then the other horse I use is the 9, Patrick's Cookie, who had all kind of trouble last time against these same types, has to deal with a 9 hole again, but really had no room to race last time, and it's going to be a price. I think if this horse gets any kind of trip at all, and I would bet that this horse is going to take a little more money, definitely worth a use for me. So 1, 2, 9.
Leg number 3, which is race number 9. This is a filly mare. Now winners at 3 or 50,000 lifetime. Shorter field here, field of 7, and I narrowed this one down even more. I thought this race was a little bit chalky. Did you see it that way, Mike?
Yeah, I'm going to single the 1, Vintage Way. If you looked at the last 2 races, kicked 26 and 2, chasing Sugar Dance home in that Blizzard final. That was a massive race from where she was, and then last time just missed to a tripped out winner. As the favorite. McNair's back, has driven this horse a couple times now. I expect her to be best here. So single the 1.
I'm using the 1. I'm going to try to beat her with one horse in the 4 back in the game. Louis Waugh jumps on. McNair chose the 1, but he has chosen wrong with these horses before. Wink, wink, in the Blizzard final. If you take a look there, he chose back in the game over Vintage Way, and Vintage Way beat back in the game. But this horse had a little break, couple weeks off there, and should be able to get back to form. I think with the little bit of rest there and some time to recover after some hard trips. And if you remember, the track on that day for the Blizzard final was not very good. It was all closers all day long, and this horse ended up cutting most of the miles. So I give her the excuse in that race and expect her to come back for a good effort against a heavy chalk in Vintage Way. So I'm 1-4 there. Final leg, race number 10. Now we're at 3,000, last 5 on the trot. And you got to feel the 8 here for this final race of the night. Uh, Mike, close it out.
Key in the 6 here, so another favorite for me. I know boring, really not my style, but
Boo!
I know terrible. Was racing numbers of 11,000 last five at the Meadows, which is basically their second to top level, and was getting checks at that level last time. Ended up at a numbers of 10,000 here, and was outside most of the way. Got acclimated. That was a way tougher spot than this. This is the bottom now. A lot of these horses are really struggling. Trying to find themselves. I would expect this horse to be aggressively driven with Wah on the bike. The horse won 5 times last year, made 50,000. You know, I really have a hard time envisioning this one losing. So the sixth and the last.
Well, I'm going 3 deep, trying to beat that horse as well. The 2 head turning jag, second start Lasix. I think that's really my key play on that horse. And, he has a mark of 53 in a piece here last year, so I expect this horse to be in range, and, he's made quite a bit of money as well. The 5, Great Magic, Mike Whalen for Walter Whalen, was buried last week, came flying late for second, raced very well there, and should be in range again. He's just got to be able to work out a trip. He's definitely trip dependent, never leaves the rail. Uh, the 6, Dawson Springs, like Mike said, this one is fairly obvious with Wah and 5-time winner last year. Should be close. I'm just trying to beat this horse. Second start for Corey Johnson up in Canada. So I'm 256, which makes my ticket for 20 cents 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with 278 with 1, 4 with 256. It's $18. Mike.
4, 5, 7, 10 with 129 with 1 with 6. It's $12 if you play it for a buck. You might as well.
You might as well, because that's a Ray type of ticket there.
It's that kind of sequence, I mean, it's whatever. That's just how I see it. So
Mike's ticket could easily hit and could easily not hit with 2 singles.
yeah, it's not going to pay much. I mean,
No.
you'll bet 12. You might, if you're lucky, you get $100.
Yeah.
So, okay, I'll take 12 into 100 anytime. That's nothing wrong with that.
Absolutely.
So,
but guess what? We got one more sequence to talk about as they come out to post parade at the Meadowlands for the second leg of that pick 4. It's the pick 3 for Sunday night at Rosecroft. The early pick 3 starting in race number 4. 50-cent minimum there. And this 4th race is a non-winners of 7 or 75,000 lifetime on the pace. $9,000 purse. This is basically like, I don't want to say right below the open, but it's a couple steps below the open outside of the condition ranks. I mean, these are pretty good horses here. Mike, start us off. What do you like?
3 deep to start there. The one money making fast, draws inside.
Making money fast, you mean?
Oh yeah.
Dyslexic.
I like money. I like money first. I like it better my way.
That's not the horse's name, though.
You're right. I don't know. I can't read tonight. It's really bad. Getting checks at the level, draws inside, and excuse me. It should flash speed from in there. I think probably we'll get a better trip now. Maybe might end up in the pocket from the rail. We'll see. I think the horse might be better suited to that. And then the 2 outside horses. The 8 Ideal Perfect 10 comes off a qualifier. Was racing well at the level in December. At big odds, out racing odds. So qualifier was fine. 5 for 26 last year, and I think fits. And you get John Wagner in the bike. Then the 9 Art of a Warrior, likely favorite, comes from Dover, racing in those higher end condition races. Last time was a bust, but prior to that, the 2 back line was very solid. 1 is the favorite by a nose in 55 and 2. I mean, this horse is faster on paper. Outside post, doesn't really like to win a whole lot. 5 for 93, but it's a class play. 189.
We're similar here. The 1 making money fast. I think plays from the inside and should be up close, looking for that pocket trip, and that's really the trip that he's going to need to be able to win the race. That's the biggest key, I think, for this horse. The 5, Rockin' the Shades. Love the name. Me too. Um,
There's an angle I've heard.
yeah. Um, this is a horse that likes to win. Made 70 something thousand in 29 starts. This is definitely one that you got to be playing, I think. And has been off form just a hair, but has early speed, is likely going to be on the front end, and just needs soft fractions to be able to beat these. And then the 8, Ideal Perfect 10, Wagner and Cameron, off the qualifier. It was a good qualifier, and I expect this horse to be right there at the finish. So 158 for me there. In the front leg, leg number 2 is a non-winners at 1250, last 4 starts. And Mike, what do you got?
3 deep again. The one Tom's Tarzan. I'm gonna make sure I read these things correctly. Draws from numbers of 25, 100 last 4, and is getting just even efforts the last few. The drop is much needed. I think the inside draw will help, and I would think we'll be closer versus these types. At least has been facing better recently. The 3, Rusty's Houdini. I like this horse probably the most in this race. He's had 3 outside posts in a row. Has had 3 wide trips in a row, and should with this better draw, I think get a much better setup now, and probably does control the race. And then the 5, Roll with Fred. The horse was racing at Dover and was struggling. Came here last time and it was bet a little bit. Another one that doesn't, win a whole lot, but you get Sean Beer again. I would say that this horse should be closing, especially if they go a little bit up front. 1-3-5.
I'm too deep here. The 4, JK on a roll. I think this horse is going to be in the right spot. Declan Donaway just has to get him in range. He's got a big post shift. I mean, look what he's been drawing: 6, 7, 9, 7, 8, 6. He draws the 4 hole for this race Sunday night. I think he's going to be right there. Not a big time winner, but I think he fits well against these types. And then the 5, Roll with Fred for Sean Beer. Sean Beer barn has been heating up a little bit. He's been driving really well, and this horse gets a class drop. I think you got to have this one on the ticket. He's probably going to be the favorite. So 4-5 for me there in leg number 2 of this early pick 3 at Rosecroft for Sunday.
They're going at Meadowlands?
They are finishing at the Meadowlands. And it looks like the 1 is going to win. Yes, the 1 is going to win. Although I had the top 3, so the 1's probably the favorite.
It is the favorite.
Yeah. Come 1, 2, 5 at the Meadowlands for those following along. I completely forgot about that.
Well, my video froze like at the wrong time, so.
What were the odds on the 1?
6-5.
Yeah, garbage.
And he figured to be low there.
Yeah. Whatever. Final leg at Rosecroft. This is the open trot handicapped. So post position 8 was assigned for basically being a good horse. Not sure why.
That was pretty curious, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm not sure why this horse was assigned the outside, but he does add trotting hobbles, but really,
he certainly was good last year, but recently not very good.
Right. I mean, I'm not. I don't know. I'm lost on that post position assignment, but must be by money earned or something last year. Anyways, field of 8 here. Post position 8 assigned. And I'm curious if you're looking at the same value horse that I am in this race, Mike.
No, I'm only too deep, and probably not. I mean, I'm the 5 and the 7. The 5, what that is, had a little trouble last time. Lost to the 7 when they raced together. The 7 had a tougher trip, but the 5 has a post edge now. Won 7 times last year, and had been riddled with outside posts recently. When this horse draws well, he finishes very well, and I think he's a must use with that 7 who beat him last time. Has won 2 straight coming up the ladder, and Sean Beer is racing extremely well right now. this horse needs a trip, needs things to go his way, but with the 8, a huge question mark in the race. I think it's those two. I'm 5-7.
I agree with those two. What that is, the 5 horse raced well last time, just got nipped at the wire, and should be getting that advantage, like you mentioned, with outdrawing the 7 here. The 6, Judge Bob. This is my value play of the race. I think he's going to be probably somewhere around 4 or 5 to 1, maybe even a little bit higher, depending on what they bet on the 8 horse All Champy. But he's always capable of winning. 11-time winner last year in 33 starts. He loves this racetrack. Just has to get back into form. Could have won the race last week on the lead, and I expect him to be firing again. And then the 7, Believe in Him, is kind of trip dependent, but if they go fast up front, this horse will be coming at him late once again, coming off of 2 straight wins. I like his chances as well. So 5, 6, 7 for me, which makes my ticket go as follows: 1, 5, 8 with 4, 5 with 5, 6, 7. It's $18 for $1. Mike, ticket.
189 with 135, 5-7. It's 18 for $1. That's Rosecroft Sunday.
That is Rosecroft Sunday. Take a look one more time at our contest selections.
So the two big disagreements, really, this is the whole contest. These next 2 races, you got this race at Woodbine and the 8th race at London. They're both coming up here. So basically, the contest hinges on these 2 races. I have the 4. Travis has the 5 in this race. They're currently the top 2 choices in the wagering. Okay, and then in the race at London, Travis has the 7. I have the 2. Currently, the 7 is the favorite. The 2 is 5-1. So basically, the contest right now, we agree in every other race. Out of 10 races, we only had 2 that were different. And very interesting. But in the first 2 at the Meadowlands, we got beat in nose in the first race, and we won this race. So far, so good for us. I mean, we're picking the right ones.
Solid plays all around. Go to NAHUPicks.com. Check out all of our analysis, all of our stuff, and in the next 15 minutes, you will see a new post from us, from NAHU Picks on Twitter and on Facebook, about the Week 2 contest. Make sure you retweet, you share it on Facebook.
Good luck to Travis. Hopefully, he's certainly got a shot.
He's got a shot for sure.
Yeah. So we'll make sure that he gets his prize, and we'll let everybody know what it is. Apparently, we weren't really prepared for that, but.
And I just got some of the stuff a couple hours ago. And we also want you to know, next Sunday, I'll be down at the Dan Patch Awards in Orlando, Florida. If you're down there, come golfing on Saturday. If not, sucks to be you.
So no show next Friday, correct?
No show next Friday. It'll be on Sunday.
Maybe we'll do something to update the contest or something like that, live from Florida. That would be fun. We'll do that.
Well, I'll be on a plane, so.
Well, that's all right. You can be live from the plane. You never been live from a plane?
No, I haven't, because I'm not paying for Wi-Fi. I already pay for Wi-Fi. But we'll see you next week. Bang, bang.